Hey, what's going on, gentlemen? It is time once again for another scent of the day. New day, new scent. Today, Armani Code Ultimate. Let's talk about this guy. So he was originally released in 2012. My bottle here is batch 3BK101. So he's from January of 2013, shortly after release. What image do I get from this? I'm going to say that this one kind of keeps that modern elegance, but not flashy style of the EDT, but it adds kind of a youthful playfulness to it, right? That's not in the EDP. Let's talk performance in this guy. So I get easy 8 hours of my skin, no problem with him. He opens with kind of a blast of fresh mandarin orange, grapefruit, blended with a creamy vanilla, right? So that's your initial blast opening, and about 15 minutes in, the Star Anise starts to come out and blend with the citrus and the vanilla. Delicious opening, in my opinion. So that lasts all in all about an hour. For the next 6 hours, I end up in the mids, right? So the mids, that citrus kind of disappears, and then a powdery kind of green and floral scent emerges, and it brings along like a woody base. Right, that joins the Star Anise and the creamy vanilla. So all of those together make a delicious scent. And that lasts about 6 hours on my skin, as I was saying. So in that 6 hours period, I go from arm's length to intimate slowly. It's not like the other where it went quickly on the EDT. This one goes fairly slowly, which is good because that mid lasts a little bit longer. It's a good thing. So once we get beyond those 6 hours, we get into the base. The base settles into kind of a slightly powdery, woody, and vanilla. And that's kind of where he lands for the rest of the fragrance. And he's a skin scent at that point. So you kind of have to be right on me in order to smell it. So, but a delicious overall scent. And then the performance on this is pretty good. No major complaints on that. So what notes do I get out of this guy? Vanilla, Tonka, Heliotrope, Star Anise, Guaiac Wood, Cedar, Cypress, Grapefruit, and Mandarin Orange. So I think there may be a couple others in there. I'll leave a link to Fragrantica so you can get the full breakdown. But those are the notes that jump out to me that I do get. So what do I compare this to? So let's talk that, because this is probably the best thing. I got a sample of this and I had never tried it, so I tried it and I did a video on it. Then I figured if I'm going to do this, let me do the Armani Code. So you got the EDT and the Parfum. So I can compare it to the two. I'm going to say it's more creamy like the Parfum. However, it's got the Star Anise like the EDT. So I would put that in the middle of these two, to be honest. So that's what I would compare it to. To me, that of the three, this would be my favorite. So is it still in production? Unfortunately, no, it is not. So it may be a little harder to find, unfortunately. So where can I wear this? Pretty much anywhere. I don't see a major limitation on this one. I would say it probably would do really well in date night, right? Especially with that creamy vanilla base. From an attire perspective, since it does kind of have that playfulness to it, I would downscale it a little bit from the EDT and the Parfum, and I would say it's casual to semi-formal. So I could see this in a t-shirt all the way up to a sports coat. I don't see this one in a tux, though. It wouldn't be quite as serious enough as what I would do in a tux. So who's the audience for this? Very much masculine. This is very much a man's fragrance. Most of my fragrances that I review and talk about lean a little more mature. I would say this one leans a little younger. I could see older men wearing this, no problem. But it gives me more of a younger, playful type vibe to it. So I would put it more in a younger man's category. So bottom line on this guy, right? So if you are looking for kind of a good, playful, youthful scent, or specifically like a date night scent, and you can find this, this would be a really good one to try. So back to you guys. Does anyone own this? What do you get on your skin? How does it work for you? Does your experience match mine? Leave me a comment below and let me know. Please remember to like and subscribe for future content. Until next time, take care, guys.